Back again. Borough Market near London Bridge. This video was recorded a few minutes after the last video I posted ended. You can watch that up there. It's a wonderful place to shoot, Borough Market. Kind of a little bit gentrified, but if you can handle that, it's really sweet. Lots of open shelter, loads of light spilling in. Lots of little bridges. Some of Harry Potter was filmed around here. Just like some really sweet, gorgeous little exquisite pockets of light you'll find in this place. It's all about portraits. From my vantage point, right? Portrait is whatever, street portrait is what kind of ever you want it to be, really. For me, this shot here, that's not a portrait. For me, it's still kind of a classic street photography. Just because he's caught the lens doesn't necessarily mean for me it's a portrait, right? And there's no grey area there at all. For me, a second later, if it smiled at the camera and I click that, perhaps, is that a portrait? It's edging more towards it being a portrait. These guys, bit of playfulness. But even, there's two of them, right? But even if there's one of them, is that a portrait? For me, it's still kind of not a portrait. There's awareness from them, I'm taking a portrait. And for me, that's what a portrait is. Let's let this little bit run for a sec.
You look so beautiful sitting there. Can I get one shot?
Yeah, that's straight.
Oh, you're an angel. So beautiful, thank you.
That's just a horrible fucking photograph, full stop. Not her, she's beautiful in it. It's not her fault. But was that a portrait? Kind of, for me, not. And I'm not close in enough, right? And I don't know what I was thinking now. Can we leave that one? Just move on. But what is a portrait? Like, I shoot portraits as well. I shoot fashion, editorial, a lot of musicians, bands, and that kind of thing. So I kind of hope I know my way around a portrait. But for me, just because they're looking into the camera, there's a line, isn't there, when they're aware of it. But just before that, they're looking into the lens. Is still that kind of reaction. For me, that's just a classic street photography frame for me. That's kind of what I'm talking about. That consideration. What's a portrait, what's not? Does it even matter? Like, that is not, okay? Again, it's a reaction. Why is this even a question? You may well ask. Well, people do have that question. Take it from me, I'm in Clubhouse and I do workshops. That's a portrait. Again, that's not, okay? That's not. It's a reaction. That's a portrait, see? That's not a portrait, probably not a good example. That is a portrait, okay? Set up. That's not. It's kind of a reaction. That's a portrait. That's not. Let's let the video run for a bit, because we're not just shooting portraits here, right? Well, we're not really shooting portraits. I just wanted to talk about portraits. By this stage, I had about 15 minutes before I had to go to lunch. Dinner. Oh, what's this? DHL van. Got lucky, didn't I? The yellow and the yellow. I don't like that sign on the right there, so I stomped that out. I was running late for dinner, and then I find this. I'll tell you when we get there.
Love your hat, mate.
Here, we're borderline portrait. He's aware of the camera.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Grey area though, isn't it? It's like a lot of guys ask these questions when they're just starting out, and what is street photography? Someone answered that question in one of the clubhouse rooms, and I thought it made so much sense. Like, street photography is a feel. That's not a street portrait there. It's a feel. Yeah, it's a vibe. Makes sense to me. Rather than anchoring it to one, oh, this is street photography, like rules and we should have guidelines at best, but not rules like what is a street portrait, what's a street photograph. So whatever you want it to be. Even the word street photography or the street photography, it's good for as a reference point, right? For me, that's it. But that thing about it being a mood, that kind of resonates with me. Now this area here, I was like literally 5 minutes from going to, so these shots are not great here at all. I had about 5-10 minutes before I had to meet up for dinner. So I'd never been here before. And I've been to Borough Market for like 20-30 years, but I didn't see this bridge and this, it's a pretty cool little area, right? It's just at the back of the market. So what I'm doing here now, I'm clicking just to get reference points. I do like that wall though, the background. I love a wall.
Do you take photograph of us?
Huh? Hey.
Yeah.
That's a cliche, terrible portrait. Again, it's not his fault.
Ah, man, hold up. Are you guys famous?
Yeah.
Thank fuck for that.
Napolitan.
I need a few names to drop.
Italy with love.
Thanks, man.
Park, my friend.
Well, you count the wrong man.
Nah, you're
I think it is.
Seen that wall. I'm gonna get a few clicks here, but I'll definitely revisit this this location. The video's gone wonky. Heading back now to Borough Market. I think that's the Harry Potter Street. And Lockstock was filmed, I think, down there as well. Lockstock, Two Smoking Barrels. He's still there, that guy, look. Can you remember him from earlier?
Hello.
Channel, there they are, look. Now, meet me. Yeah, look at this. It's like Goodfellas. If you check out my Instagram,
Yes?
I'll send you them.
Really? What is your Instagram?
It's
Yes, I do have an Instagram.
you got it?
Bring it.
Of course I do.
Yeah, okay. Ciao, ciao, yeah.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you, we love
Take
you.
care.
Ciao.
Take care.
Oh yeah, I'll stop shooting video in a minute and I'll throw a few clicks in at the end for you. There's only a few. I didn't have the video. Guys, please subscribe to the channel, and that's a really big support for me. And like this video, because then YouTube shares it with a bunch more people, and it really supports me. Cheers, guys. See you on the next one.